Introduce you about our new product, which is Android based, which is a media player. It's you can compare this product with Roku or Google TV or Apple TV. Many similarities are there in our product also when you compare with that. So I'm going to introduce what is the product and what you can build for our product. Okay, this is how the Lukup Media Player looks like. Here you can see this is actually a remote control, which is touch based remote control powered with Android, because both media player and the remote is both are of Android or gingerbread version. And this is docked on a media player box. This product will be for information, this product will be launched in the early next year 2013. So we are going to start a beta testing for this product in few days. So you can give your contact number and name with us. So when it is available, we'll just call you to our office. You can come anytime and you can test the product, and you can always give your feedback. So this is how the product looks like. When you compare this product with other media player existing in the market, the one main interesting point is you can actually watch the live TV, VOD content and the application on the same screen. You don't have to switch your switch from TV mode to HDMI mode or AV mode and all. So on your existing whatever the port you have connected the media player, you can watch the live TV, and this in the programming guide you can see different bouquets. You have online content, you have different channels. You can just switch from live TV to VOD to applications. Everything you can do on a one single screen. So these are like sub guides. What are the contents inside? This is how it looks like. Compared to its coming back to its key features, this product is based on Android 2.3.3 version, and you can develop application on using Android platform, or you can also create a web apps for this, even that is supported. And along with the Android API, API level 10, we are also giving additional APIs like channel information. What are the contents you are giving? Live TV channel information, the VOD content information, and we have a eSATA and USB. Also, it can be connected to a media player. So we are giving that API as well. So the user can plug his USB and get the content. Like if your application using some content, it can get from the USB as well. And sharing on Facebook or other social networks, it is just we are providing you the API. Through that you can do that. So at the application level, you don't need to consider the Facebook authentication integration and all. And media playback feature, if you are using audio, video, anything in your application, that media for different keys, play, pause, forward, backward, that control also we are giving as well. And we are planning to give provide a few more APIs as well, that we will announce it in the future. Same APIs will be useful for your web application also, if you are creating a web app. And you have a when your application is developed, you can submit to our SDP service delivery platform, where we have a private marketplace. Like in Android, you usually submit it to the Google Play, right? So we have a Lookup marketplace. You can submit your applications there, and once it is tested and approved, it will be available on our media player. And you can push ads as well, inside your applications, and you can monetize your ads. You can check the downloads, and you will get all the statistics of your applications as well as your ads. So now how to develop applications for this for this media player. As I already told, it's a gingerbread based application. Gingerbread Android based platform, so we can use all the Android APIs to create an application, except few like camera, sensors. Those things will not be there in a media player. So telephony, location based. So if you are creating application, make sure that you do not use these kind of applications. So our application should be like very simple, and utility kind of a stuff, where user can, while watching TV, he can use our application. Media formats what we are supporting is MP4 and 3GP. It supports audio video codecs. These are the media formats which is tested and which you can use in our applications. And you can create a web applications also using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and it has a web kit. So Android 2.3 web kit, you can cross check with what are the HTML5 or CSS3 features which is supported by the browser, and you can just develop an application which will run as it is in a media player. And also there is support for jQuery framework as well. So while creating a TV application, the main thing what you should have in your mind is a user interface, because unlike the mobiles, we have a different resolutions here, that is HD, SD, HD and Full HD. So the resolutions are much bigger, and it's horizontally it's big. So make sure that the application and each and every component what you use, whether it's a text or a button or anything, it should be big enough so that the viewer who is sitting 10 feet away from the TV, who can easily see that. And there is one more constraint on like in your mobile, you can actually cover the whole screen of screen of your mobile. But in case of TV, what happens is 10% margin you have to leave, because that depends upon the hardware of the manufacturer. So ideally it's a general strategy that 10% margin you leave out. Even if you are covering your application whole window, make sure that your content comes after this 10% margin. There is a high chances that may not be properly rendered in different TV sets. And as I told, consider the fact that user is not holding like a mobile or a laptop or the desktop thing. He is not sitting very next to the device. He is 10 feet away from the system, and people usually watch TV when they don't have anything to do or when they don't want to do anything. So he just want to sit and relax. So the application has to be like people he will not like to engage with it more. He just want to do some simple tasks, and navigations as well, simple navigations, go left, right, do some that kind of a thing. And definitely avoid the vertical scrolls, because scrolling on a TV is very difficult thing and nobody wants to do it. So instead of scrolling, if you have more content, give more and more horizontal scroll, so that user can get that okay, next page we have more content, and you can go through and come back. Those kind of guidelines you have to keep in your mind while developing applications for TV. And when we come to a navigation thing in mobile, usually touchscreen navigation, we have a gestures, swipe left, right and all, and usually pointer will be your finger. So you are pointing to some particular component, you will select one particular button and you are going to click on it. But in case of TV, you will have a pointer device and the gesture device. So before you do some gesture, you have to point, or you have to select some particular component. So as we have a touch screen remote, whenever you whenever you point something on your remote, it will be mapped on a TV, and you have to select that particular component. Then you do the gesture right, left, and all. This is how the navigation.
Can you repeat that? I didn't understand.
See, we have a touch based remote. So in what happens in mobile is usually you have different let's say 10 buttons. What you will do, your finger is a pointer. You will go and point that particular button and click it, or maybe you do swipe left or right or something. But in case of TV, it's in the remote you are going to operate it, and it will be displayed on a TV. You are not going to touch on a TV screen, right? So if there is a 10 buttons displayed on your TV, first you have to point it to particular button, select it, then do the gesture, whether you want to do a swipe left, right, or something. So those kind of events you have to build it. Basically, if
I mean, maybe it is like I missed something, but when you are displaying these buttons or controls on the TV, won't you be displaying on the device as well, on the remote device as well, so that people can interact there on the remote?
No, like you are. I'm talking about the application. Suppose in your application, like if you consider some games where you have to, like Angry Bird itself, you have to select the bird, then you will drag it, right?
Yeah.
Then you will do the gesture like drag and drop.
Right.
Okay,
right.
that time the bird will be launched.
Right.
So to select that, what usually you do on a system or in your phone, you will select that bird and then you will drag it.
Right.
Here what you have to do is first point. So pointer will come on your screen.
Okay.
Then tap it. So the bird will get selected. Then you can do the gesture. Okay. And the other point, as I understand what you told, giving the controls on this thing. So whatever in your application, if you are taking some input from the user, like name, whatever, email ID, something or not, at that point of time when you have to give some input, the keyboard will be displayed on your device, not on the TV. So you can type it here, you can then you can send it. That will be sent to the TV.
See, what both of these guys are trying to say is basically you map the screen on the remote controller. So,
yes.
So means
that is for a pointer.
Oh, so if you have 5
buttons, you talk about the drag gesture having to be handled different. That's what you're saying.
Yes. There will be two events you have to consider. One, you have to point it and the gesture. In case of mobile, what happens is pointer will be your finger. Usually you directly do the gesturing events.
So I think you're saying for tap gesture, they're saying the same. Only for drag, where normally you would just do a drag here. It's two steps.
Here, two steps. Yes. You have to point the things first, then you have to do the gesture. The additional APIs what we are giving is channel and program information. You can get the list of channels and the list of services. If you in case of VOD, suppose if you are subscribing to Bigflix, then inside the Bigflix, what all the movies are there, those we call as events. So you will get information of all these, and you can share your content on social networks. As I told earlier, then you have media playback, play, pause, forward, backward, all these controls we are going to give on your remote. Then you can show your ads, that APIs we are giving as well, and the profile information, the user name, picture, whatever. So these APIs will work as like this. You have a media player here, this works as a server, and you have your apps there, that is a client, and you are going to make a local request with some parameters that what response you are expecting. Based on that, you will get a JSON response. It just works as a server client model. So to get a profile information, basically this is the format for all the APIs. You will make a local request to some particular port with the data what you are expecting. Based on that, you will get back the response. And in case of program and channel information, it is a REST API call you have to do. All these data will be in the server. So if you are creating some app where you want to get all the channel and the program information and all, you can just make a GET request to provided URL, and you will get the information of that you can process and display in your application. So same thing for the event. This is for particular movie or particular content. Then for playback, in case of playback, whenever you are running any audio or video in your applications, you load of the application, or when it starts running, you just have to make this call. So it will get playback controls on your remote. So then the user can play, stop, forward, backward, all the action he can do. Then you have ads API. This is also a REST API call you need to make with the space what you have provided and the current time date and all. Based on that, which set of advertisement, which advertisement is suitable for your resolutions and on particular date time and all. That particular advertisement will come. You can just display it in your applications. For social sharing, in the same local request you are going to do with the screen name as share and the message that you wanted to share on the user's wall, or that message you need to provide, and the device will actually share this. So in terms of tasks, and what we are expecting here is if you can develop some personal utility application which user can use on a TV, that you can start working on it. Right now you can work on the Android emulator 2.3.3 version and use all the APIs except those 4 which I told. And for testing and deployment, you can always come to our office, and there you can develop. Even if you develop half application here, and if you want some API information or not, that you can come to our office and continue the working. Once it is done, we can test on a device and deploy it there. So development environment, as I showed, it's a Android development. Android SDK you can use 2.3.3, or if you have some complex application you want to do it for TV, you have some thoughts in your mind, you can use the Google SDK, Google emulators, and you can do it. Then the same application we can develop in our office. Like you can only develop in our office with our environment. Right now we don't have any emulators or SDKs, that we have not given it out. So that takes some time. So if you have some interesting and complex application, that you can use Google SDK to do that. If you have any, if you want more guidelines on UI and the navigation techniques and all, you can go back go to Google TV listing URL, and you will get more visibility on what you can do on TV and what you cannot do. So that is it. If you have any queries, you can ask.
So you have the information of every TV service, like you were showing big flicks. Similarly, you have for every single, like let's say for Dish TV or Airtel, and for every information you
That's
have.
depend on which service provider currently used by that particular media.
So the main thing is in January we are going to launch with the Vivo, and these all the channel information and all that we need to do a agreement between Airtel or this thing and all, that things are going on.
Is it already available? No.
Which one?
Is it channel information?
No.
No, it's not.
No. So when we launched the first version in January, so these big flicks, HBO and online VOD contents and all we are getting, that information will be there. On the live channel per se, what we are doing is, we are giving the box with the Airtel or Dish TV with their connection as a premium box. So whoever the user, right now you have a normal set-top box or a HD set-top box, right? There will be like Lukup box, user can take it. On that level, the Airtel will provide with the live TV channel and the program information. Then it will be available.
How much are you likely to price it?
It's around 7,000, 6 to 7,000.
How does this compare with folks like Sling Media?
Which one?
Sling Media?
I don't know. So,
I know company. Let me look at it.
yeah.
Yes, Sling Media, if you go into Chroma and stores here, it's sort of like a TiVo type box. I think it offers schedules and other things. Okay, now it's called Sling Box.
I think it is a OTT box. It's again you have your TV Airtel or digital connection. You will plug this to another HDMI or AV connection, and whenever you want to do, you will stop the TV service and you will go this. But this box will work as if you have Airtel, DTH, any connection, you will plug the output of that box to this one, and from this box input will output will go to a TV.
Yeah, that's how Springbox works. I think what they're trying to do is slightly different, but you can look at. I suggest you look at their website.
Sure.
Because they partner with some of these TV providers and others. Might be interesting. They have a Bangalore office. I know they do a lot of work with Mongo. So.
Okay.
So, I don't know enough about Google TV, but is there things where if a group of people have Android devices and they want to display what is on their Android device in the TV screen, they can? Is it possible?
Yes. It's through, you have a Wi-Fi network, you can make a connection through Wi-Fi and it's just a UDP protocol usually transfer and display. So, but in our case, it's different. We have two different Androids, one on remote and one on TV.
So, but let's say the TV is there running Android, right? So now I've got, let's say I've got an Android device, my wife has an Android device, and we'd like to share something on the screen. What we're seeing here on the screen. Is it possible?
No. That TV content you can get in your remote or
generally.
Yes. Oh, generally you are asking.
Yeah. Okay.
You are asking.
I'll give you the analogy in iOS world. Have you seen how AirPlay works? AirPlay.
AirPlay,
Right? One of the nicest things about AirPlay is you've got a group of people around and you want to share something on the TV and you just hit one button. It beams it. So I've got a bunch of photos I took last weekend when I went out with my kids. Right? Family members are around, and instead of showing the phone like this, TV is there. Just flip, beams it up there. Sometimes I'll switch on to it. Do it.
So that thing is available in our box also. We are also giving you an Android.
I just wanted to say especially.
No, we are providing iOS and Android applications as well, along with the remote. So on that application you can do it, not on the remote. Because when you connect the application side, when you download application for your Android iOS and when you connect it, it works through a Wi-Fi medium. So in a normal box and the remote, it's a RF.
Okay, see, the thing is, as I understand it, the newer devices with ICS onwards can use Wi-Fi direct. And via Wi-Fi direct, my Android device should be able to beam it over to your Android server, right? Because that's how Wi-Fi direct works. You have two Android devices, I can just beam. So since you're running Android on the server behind the TV, I should be able to beam over to you and you should be able to display.
The things like when you have a remote or when you download the remote application, it will basically make a connection.
Correct.
And the box
will,
that authentication will be there, and the box will give you only that thing. This and whatever you said.
All those devices, right? They sort of broadcast themselves on the local network. So they find each other, and as soon as you beam, the other one just receives. So, but you're running Gingerbread. Okay.
We are running Gingerbread.
That'll be a problem. Okay. And the reason for Gingerbread is we built a stack on top of it.
And we started this like 1 year before. That time ICS was not there, and
just think about this one thing, because this is quite a
we are planning to now in the
people in front of a TV sharing memories.
We are in a maybe in the next version we are also going to the ICS, because now the hardware everything is fixed. In the middle we cannot change this.
No problem.